champions, we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Belleville East High School here in Belleville. I'm Todd Duke, and I'm glad to be indoors. Welcome. We have a little boys volleyball action for you on the fly, if you will, on the Kahok Sports Network tonight. My name is Todd Duke, and again, we welcome you in to tonight's broadcast, if you will. Collinsville getting ready to take on Belleville East in boys volleyball. This will be the first ever conference matchup in boys volleyball history for your Collinsville Kahawks. We were originally not going to have this game on the schedule. We were due to bring you Lady Kahawk softball from the Collinsville Sports Complex against Edwardsville, you know, because that's a big rivalry, and Collinsville got off the schneid, so to speak, last year when the Lady Kahawks knocked Edwardsville down twice last year. For the first time in 18 years they did that, so that was the reason we were going to go do that game instead of this one. And then next week we had boys volleyball versus Edwardsville was going to be our first conference matchup. So things just kind of worked out that way with the rain out of the Lady Kahawk softball game today. We switched gears, and here we are, and we welcome you in to the pregame show brought to you by Cafe Agape. Cafe Agape coming up on their 10th year anniversary this year. They've been doing their thing since 2012. Home of the Kahok chicken sandwich, by the way. If you haven't had one of those, you need to check that out. Catering, yeah, they do that. That's one of their primary goals out there at Cafe Agape. They cater big events, small events, luncheons, meetings, you name it. They can cater it. Some of the best home-cooked food in the area as well. And don't forget that you can just call in and order some food and drive in and pick it up and take it home to eat. You don't have to be at one of their catering events. 345 Cafe, that is where you will hook up with some good food from Cafe Agape. That's 345-2233. So the Kahawks, they come into this first overall Southwestern Conference meeting in boys volleyball with a record of 3-1 under their first-year head coach Mike Nichols. Belleville East has already played 9 matches this year. They are 7-2 on the year thus far under Joe Nesbitt, their 8th-year head coach. He has a record of 108 wins, 58 losses, and 4 ties in the previous 7 years, does Mr. Nesbitt. Kahawks, they're coming off of a 2-set sweep at Alton Marquette on Tuesday, 25-16, 25-19. That followed the only loss this year. Was at Father McGivney last week, 25-16 and 25-14. So 4 games into the season, Kahawks have yet to play a 3-set match. And after the program opener at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, that 2-set win that we did for you against Saxony Lutheran High School out of Jackson, Missouri, well, the Kahawks have been on the road ever since then, and this will end that 4-game run through the schedule at Belleville East tonight. 6 of the next 7 matches for Collinsville will take place at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. The first one being tomorrow versus Maryville Christian. Now, we were due to have that game for you tomorrow, but we're going to cancel that one since we have this one tonight, and then we're turning around on Tuesday and doing another boys volleyball game. And besides that, I had something come up, and I got to go take care of something on Friday in St. Louis, and then the next morning, got a lot going on with a doubleheader baseball game and some trivia that night, and I believe I got to go with my wife, and she's going to be running in a 5K at Forest Park at 7:30 in the morning, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that Maryville Christian volleyball game tomorrow night. Lancers, we get back. I digress. Came out of the starting gate strong. They won their first 7 games. All of those wins were 2-set sweeps and common wins they had with Collinsville. So far, both teams have beat Granite City and Alton Marquette. And just like Collinsville, Belleville East did play Father McGivney, but Belleville East won. Since that 7-0 start, Belleville East has dropped their last 2 matches. Both of those losses have been in 3 sets, and both have been on the road. One at Althoff and then one at St. Louis University High School. The St. Louis University High School match, Belleville East had losses of 25-7 and 25-13, and they won that middle set 25-15 to go ahead and take it to 3. So that's what I know so far. Well, I know a lot more than that, and I'm going to pass that along to you here in just a moment. No interview with the coach here at this game because I wanted to, and I made a bunch of notes. I wanted to go over all the Southwestern Conference teams since we're starting Southwestern Conference play and tell you about when these Southwestern Conference teams actually started playing boys volleyball and some of the trophies that some of these teams have captured in the meantime. So we're going to take a break, and I'll bring that back to you. And then we're going to have Coach Mike Nichols on the show during the post-game show at the end of this matchup tonight. So don't worry about not getting to hear from the Collinsville head coach. We'll have that covered for you. So we'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When I come back, we'll talk a little Southwestern Conference boys volleyball, and we'll do that in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show, getting ready for a little boys volleyball action. Collinsville taking on Belleville East, so I figured we'd take the time to look at the Southwestern Conference teams at a glance. O'Fallon and Edwardsville, they have been the teams to beat. Panthers were the first Southwestern Conference team to field a boys volleyball team, if you will, on the court field. Started in 2007. They played Altoff and then all St. Louis schools. Altoff was the only school in the area that had a boys volleyball team at the time. 2008, Granite City joined the fray, but still it was mostly St. Louis schools and then Granite City and Altoff. So then by 2009, Edwardsville, Belleville East, Belleville West, and East St. Louis began competing. So let's look at O'Fallon. Tim Gagan was the first head coach there. 2007 to 2011, he had an 89-32-3 record, and 2 times they were regional champs. Caitlin Haggerty took over in 2012 to 2017, 151 wins, 44 losses, 16 ties, 5 times regional championships. Took them to state in 2015 with a 24-10-6 record, but lost in the quarterfinals. Amy Sheehan is the current head coach of O'Fallon since 2017. She has a 65-20-1 record, and they are regional champs 3 times so far under Sheehan, and they are the defending regional champs. O'Fallon, 279 wins, 84 losses, 20 ties in their time playing boys volleyball, 93-20-5 in the Southwestern Conference, and as I mentioned, 5 times conference champs, 5 times regional champs. Edwardsville, Andy Bursett was the first head coach, 2009 to 2018. He had a record of 183 wins and 89 losses, and 3 times they were regional champs. Scott Smith is the current head coach since 2019, 32-11, back-to-back defending Southwestern Conference champs are Edwardsville. And Andy Bursett's 3rd year, he took the team to state in 2014, lost in the quarterfinals in both 13 and 14. Edwardsville, in their existence of boys volleyball, 215 wins, 100 losses, and 1 tie. They are 84-32 in Southwestern Conference play. 5 times they have been Southwestern Conference champs, and 9 times they have been regional champs. That brings us to Belleville East, the team we have tonight. The only other team not calling O'Fallon or Edwardsville home to win a Southwestern Conference championship. They did it once. Joe Nesbitt was the first head coach for Belleville East. 32-14-2 regional championship in his first year. Stephanie Gaubitz took over the next 4 years. She went 82, 27, and 5 and won a regional championship in 2011 and 2012. And then Goblitz and Dan Close shared head coaching duties in 2015 when they went 15 and 12. Goblitz was back in charge in 2016, went 13 and 13. Then Joe Nesbitt took over again and is now the current head coach. And so from 2017 to 2021, 69, 42, and 2. First 2 years, he was 101, 56, and 4. Belleville East altogether, 209 wins, 109 losses, 10 ties, 77, 39, and 3 is their mark in Southwestern Conference play, and they were the conference champs at one time I mentioned. That was back in 2012. 3 times they've been regional champs. Belleville West, Austin Betts was the first head coach, 143 wins, 135 losses, 2 ties. Betts and Lauren DiGirolamo shared head coaching duties in 2015. Then Betts again had his own team, went 6 and 9 last year, and now DiGirolamo is sole head coach of Belleville West. And in their time in the Southwestern Conference, Belleville West is 159, 157, and 2, 54 and 62 in Southwestern Conference play, and they were regional champs one time, and that was in 2016. Alton was the last Southwestern Conference team to join the ranks of volleyball. They did so in 2015. Dan Campbell was their first head coach, 2015 to 2017. They had a 10 and 52 record. Stacy Ferguson then in 2018. And Jenna Wallman is the current head coach, and since 2019, she's 4 and 31. Alton overall not very good, 698 and 1 since they joined the boys volleyball ranks in 2015, and that's a 1 and 54 mark in Southwestern Conference. Granite City no longer in the Southwestern Conference, but Justin Warren started the first head coach. He's still there. Now in his 15th season, Granite City 64 wins, 159 losses, and 3 ties. And we'll take a break. Starting lineups come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And once again, we welcome you back to Belleville East High School. I'm Todd Duke, getting you ready for a little bit of boys volleyball action between Collinsville and the Belleville East Lancers. And your starting lineups, well, they look a little bit like this. We'll begin with Belleville East. The libero will begin with the libero. Why not? Because that's a cool position to be beginning with. Libero for Belleville East is Cameron Loyett. He is a senior. In front of him, well, around him, you'll find the two outside hitters. That's August Werner, who is a sophomore. Thomas McCory is also a senior. Your middle hitters, Jared Conway, a junior. Marcus Johnson, a junior. Your right side hitter is William Hine, a senior. And your setter is William Paget, also a senior. Collinsville will counter with their libero. That is junior Joey Rauch. Your outside hitters are junior Elijah Davis and senior Joshua Gazorski. Your middle hitters are junior Tyrone Ely and senior Jacob Zagorski. Your right side hitter is sophomore Adam Reiniger, and the setter for Collinsville tonight is Luke Geisen. Cahoks are still waiting to get their huddle account set up. That's the device that records everything and spits out stats, and they haven't got that far yet, so I don't have any stats. I can tell you this. Josh Zagorski leads the team in kills, followed by Adam Reiniger. Joey Rauch leads Collinsville in digs, followed by Josh Zagorski. Jacob Zagorski leads the team in blocks. Adam Reiniger leads the teams in serves and assists, and Luke Geisen is second in assists. Belleville East, McCory. He has the most points scored so far at 22 on the year. Jared Conway leads the team in kills for Belleville East with 15. And Cameron Loyett leads the team in digs with 17. Also in serves received with 19. And he has yet to commit an error on any of those serves that he has received. We're just about ready to get going here. Collinsville on the near side of your court. They're dressed in all purple. Belleville East on the other side. They've got the sky blue jerseys on over the midnight blue trousers, and their libero is going to go back to serve, and he is wearing the same color shorts, but he is wearing a gray jersey. Collinsville's libero. Joey Rauch is the only one out there on the floor with the white jersey on for Collinsville. Here's the serve, and one libero to the other picks it up. We are underway. Collinsville gets it across, initially blocked out front, and now Belleville East goes to set it up, and a big kill over there by Jared Conway, and we are underway. So the Lancers strike first. Back to serve. Cameron Loyett once again. Loyett wears number 5 on his jersey. And he sends it across, and that one is out. We have a corner marker on this corner right in front of you and the one all the way on the other corner. We tightened up as much as we can on the zoom on the camera to make sure that we include both corners. Want to get a little bit closer than being all the way zoomed out. Collinsville gets their first serve, and it goes back out of bounds and comes back in. Last hit picked up over there by Paget. Now Collinsville, they'll try to set it up over here for Davidson, and Davidson gets Collinsville's first point. Actually, that one's going to Belleville East. Collinsville got the last point. Excuse me, I'm trying to get my bearings here. Well, don't need to do that. We need to do that one, and then we need to do that one. All right, now we're set. And that one's off of Rauch, and Rauch decided at the last moment he wanted to change the way he was going to hit the ball back, so that didn't work out very well, and Collinsville goes down 3-1. We're on early, yeah, because whenever we come on early for volleyball, that means the first JV sets went by quickly, and in that case, Collinsville was on the wrong end of a 25-5, 25-19 two-set sweep by the JV Belleville East Lancers. Here's Collinsville and a big strong hit, and well, Elijah Davison was looking up at the referee on the ladder here saying that ball was possibly tipped off of a hand, but the referee saw it the other way, so that was too far, out of bounds. And a serve coming up now from William Paget. That's handled by Collinsville. They'll shove it over to this side for Davison, and Davison just uses a fingertip touch to get it over. Now the Lancers set it up, and that one is in, and another point belongs to the Lancers. 5-1 in favor of Belleville East here early on. They'll serve it up once again, and once again it'll be William Paget. Tyrone Ely is up front, along with Luke Geisen. Here's the serve. Picked up. Moved over, and Geisen, he gets it over. And a little confusion in the backcourt as both Paget and McCory ran into each other, so Collinsville picks up a point. And it'll be Ely back to serve it up here for the Kahawks. Tell you what, a brand new program. It's tough on me trying to get used to all these names and numbers. I've only had one game under my belt. There's a big kill, man. I tell you, that was McCory. He got up in the air real high. That was a big-time kill right there, 6-2 in favor of Belleville East. Back to serve it up is August Werner for the Lancers. Collinsville has the whole middle of the court wide open right now. And a strong pickup over there by Zagorski. That would be Joshua. And now Zagorski gets the ball over. Nice dig back in the back by Belleville East. They'll send it over on this shot. Oh, partially blocked, but couldn't get it all the way over. Could Jacob Zagorski. Had the right idea, just went up a tad bit early. And that cost him a point. 7-2 in favor of Belleville East. Werner, a sophomore outside hitter, back to serve it up once again for the Lancers. He does. Strong pickup, and that one was over the net on the pickup. Here is Rauch. Rauch gives it up now for Zagorski. Zagorski has to send it over, and then Werner goes back to pick it up for Belleville East. One slap over and off the hands of Rauch, and out of bounds it goes, and the Lancers are living large here with a 6-point lead early on at 8-2. Collinsville coming into this with a 2-game win streak. Looking to pick up their first ever Southwestern Conference win, but they're doing it against a very good team. Here's Belleville East. That one goes into the net. Thank you very much for the free point, Mr. Werner. 8-3. Back to serve now, Luke Geisen, the junior. Geisen delivers in the middle. Picked up by the libero. Moved over and a shot, but a block. Nicely done up front by Jacob Zagorski. And Collinsville earns a point there, 8-4. Trying to dig into this lead that was just at 6 points. Geisen sends another one across. And once again, it's picked up by Loyette. And then a block up front, but that one's off of the hands of Zagorski. Out of bounds after another strong hit by Conway. And Collinsville down by 5 now. And Conway will go back to serve. He does. Rauch picks it up. That was a net violation. Got net before ball by Collinsville, and that'll give Belleville the point, and they're the first team to hit double digits. Another serve coming up here from Jared Conway. Conway delivers, and a ball that was hit kind of weird, but Collinsville's trying to regroup. Jacob Zagorski gets it over. Now Conway moves the ball up front and set up, and that one's hit just a little bit too hard for Marcus Johnson, and that'll give Collinsville another point. And it's back to a 5-point advantage by Belleville East. Here is Elijah Davison. Davison gets the ball across over in the far side corner. Into the middle and then shoved over to the side. Blocked up front. Collinsville gets it back over. Belleville East tries to set it up once again. They do so, and a good kill shot from the corner on the near side here. Into the corner on the far side. And that was William Hine who did that, and then he goes out. James Osborne checks into the game for the Lancers, and he'll go back to serve. 11-5 in favor of Belleville East. Here is a setup on this side. Oh, what a block. Off of the shot by Zagorski. That was a big-time double block over here on this near side. 12-5 in favor of Belleville East. You can almost see that Belleville East has been doing this a little bit longer than Collinsville has. Here is Osborne's next serve, picked up by Rauch. Now Geisen trying to set it up, and he does so, and then off some fingers up front, off of the hands of Adam Reiniger. Reiniger now, he's going to set it up. Geisen back to Reiniger. Reiniger gets it over, off fingers up front, popped up. Belleville East wants to set it up themselves. They do so, and another kill shot there by Belleville East, and they go up 13-5. Osborne ready to deliver another. He does. Rauch pops it straight up over here on the near side to Zagorski, and then back over for Geisen. Now Loyette moves the ball up front, and their setter Paget does a great job setting it up. You can tell he's up there to set those things up quite frequently. Another point for Belleville East, and another serve for Osborne. James Osborne, the senior, puts it over the net. Rauch picks it up. Geisen moves it forward. Over by Zagorski. And now another setup And I'll tell you what, Paget and McCory, they got it going on. Timeout called by Coach Nichols in Collinsville. We'll take a break as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade, it's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at collinsvilledailynews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Osborne serves. Rout picks it up. Geisen sets it up for Zagorski. A double block up front, but it stays on Belleville east side. And now another setup by Paget. This one's shoved across there by McCory. And now Zagorski sends it back over. And here is Paget with another setup, and this time it goes to Marcus Johnson, and Johnson buries it. (16-5). Collinsville trails by 11. You knew there was going to be some growing pains with this new program, right? I thought so. Here is Osborne. He's been serving back there for a while now. A little pop fly. Zagorski shoves it up front. Geisen sets it up, and a Zagorski knockover. That was by Jacob. And now a ball off of a foot, but it doesn't matter because this time Paget, usually the setter, this time he scores the point. And Belleville East now up 17-5. Osborne continues his service streak. Across it goes. Picked up by Collinsville. Geisen sets it up for Reiniger. Reiniger too hard. So I had him do that in the home opener a couple of times. And that one barely makes it over, and a nice dig over there by Davidson, but that ball took a weird spin and everybody broke in different directions, and that ball fell into no man's land. Another serve coming up by Osborne. Substitution going on here as Caden O'Connor checks into the game for August Werner. And Osborne, he delivers another serve. Picked up by Rauch, shoved up to Geisen. Geisen moves it over to Zagorski, and Zagorski slams it, but it goes out of bounds. Boy, that ball had some English on it, too. That was a knuckler that almost hit the end of the bench over there. 20-5 in favor of Belleville East now. Osborne delivers another serve. Rauch picks it up, but mishit it. Saved. And now Zagorski has to get it over. He does so. And a nice dig over there by Belleville East to keep that one alive. Off some fingers and into the bench. And Collinsville suffers yet another Belleville East point. 21-5. Osborne continuing back there beyond the service line. He gets it over. Pushed up front. Geisen sets it back up. And a little bit too hard there off of the hands of Elijah Davidson as well. Canucks have hit a couple of them long. Osborne serves up yet another one, and that one falls right in between Rauch and Davidson. Neither one of them moved. Well, Rauch did. He moved away from the ball. And now we have another timeout called here by Collinsville, so we'll step aside for just a minute as well. Back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Back here at Belleville East, a very quick point scored by the Lancers, so they're 1 point away from wrapping up this first set in pretty fine fashion. Collinsville, there's Reiniger, he shoves it over, picked up by Loyette, and now Paget moves it over, and then that's off of a block by Zagorski, and that's going to do it for set number 1, 25-5. And we will move on to set number 2 right after we have a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. And once again, welcome back to Belleville East High School. Todd Duke here with you as we are about ready for set number 2 as Belleville East won the first set 25-5. So we'll see if the Kahawks can rebound like their younger team did. The JV team also lost their first set here 25-5 and came back and put on a pretty good show in a 25-19 loss, but Collinsville going to find themselves trailing right off the bat here in set number 2. Collinsville has Carter Hollis up front now, so that's a new name that's in there. And here once again is Cameron Loyette. He serves it, and it's picked up by the Kahawks. Moved over for Zagorski, and Zagorski off of a, nope, wasn't blocked up front, so just a little bit too hard again. Got the strength, which puts the speed on the ball, but maybe a little bit more height and a little bit more downward angle on the ball, and these would stop going out. But what do I know? I don't play volleyball. The only volleyball I've ever played is on a beach in Florida when I lived there for 5 years. Not the same. And a little dump over by Paget will quickly make it a 3-0 game. And Loyette back to serve it up again. He does. Picked up, and that was shoved over right off the first. And a little tap back. That was Jared Conway. And Collinsville trailing real quick, like 4-0. Loyette ready with another serve. A little pop serve, and it's picked up by Zagorski. And Reiniger gives it back to Zagorski, who gets it over. And now Paget once again setting it up. And it goes back cross corner off of the hands of Werner. Collinsville brings it back over this way to Zagorski, but he hits the net instead. And Joshua wasn't happy with that hit. Loyette ready with another serve. And that one is out. So Collinsville gets on the board thanks to a service error by Belleville East. And we'll see if the Kahawks can do any damage here off their first serve here in this second set. And with the first serve, it'll be senior Joshua Zagorski. Zagorski sends it over, and that one's out. So one service error to another. And the teams exchange points, and that will send William Paget back to serve. Paget, I would imagine, has a lot of assists. Another point for Collinsville. Another service error, so that's 3 in a row. Excuse me. Rauch comes out. Jacob Zagorski steps back in, and the serve is going to be out of bounds. So that is 4 straight service errors, 2 by each team. Don't usually see that, I would imagine. Here is August Werner back to serve it up now for the Lancers. He does. Line drive picked up by Zagorski. Geisen setting it up in the middle of the court for the other Zagorski. That's Jacob, and once again into the net. So service errors and unforced errors are really doing Collinsville in here in this early portions of this second set. 8-2 in favor of Belleville East. They get the ball up. Nice pick up there by Collinsville. Here's Geisen. He has to get it across. He does, partially blocked up front, but stays alive for Loyette. And then he'll give it up for Corey, and I could have swore that one went out of bounds. Oh, that was over the line here, down here in the lower right-hand corner of the screen where this young lady stands with the flag. At any rate, Werner sends that one out of bounds, so 1 point later it happens anyway, but 9-3 the score. Collinsville trails by 6. Here is Luke Geisen back to serve for the Kahawks. Rauch back in there as well. Here's the serve. It's picked up, moved up, and then moved backwards, and that was a big-time play there. It ended up with William Hine throwing that ball over into the opposite corner after a setup behind him, put up there by William Paget. And another lead for Jared Conway to serve. Picked up by Rauch. Geisen moves it over for Elijah Davison, but he couldn't get a hand on it. Did I mention there's going to be growing pains? I did that earlier, right? Southwestern Conference volleyball might be a little different than playing Saxony and Father McGivney and some of those other teams. 11-4 in favor of Belleville East, and here is Elijah Davison with the serve. Davison picked up by Loyette. Paget sets it up. Oh, what a double team block over there. That was nicely done by Adam Reiniger and Jacob Zagorski. And that's the kind of stuff you need to have happen to get yourself some points. As we've already seen what Thomas McCory can do, and he tried to do it again, and this time he got double blocked. Here is McCory again. This time, oh, what a pick up and a dig back there by Davidson, but this ball flies so hard, all he did was put his hands in the way, and the ball flies into the stands. 12-5 now in favor of the Lancers. Here is Matthew Falby checking into the game for Collinsville. And back to serve is James Osborne. We remember him from the first set. He's served up about 8 points in a row. Rauch picks it up. Geisen sets it up for Reiniger. Reiniger tries to tip it over, but it's blocked. And that point's going to belong to Belleville East. A little contact made with the net there, but they didn't call a net violation. So 13-5 now in favor of the Lancers. 5 points is all Collinsville got in the first set. Here they are stuck at 5 in the second set. James Osborne serves, and that one's into the net, so there's point number 6. 3 of these points have come off of errant serves. 2 long and 1 into the net. Rauch back to serve it up now for Collinsville. He awaits the whistle from the ladder judge. There it is. And Rauch touches the net on the way over. Here is McCory. He sends it over. Rauch picks it up. Geisen sets it up for Zagorski. Zagorski, just taps it over. Now Paget, he sets it up, and it's picked up by Collinsville. They get it over. That was probably an accident. Paget sets it up again, and it's sent over by Werner. Now Collinsville. Rauch over to Weiniger. He'll touch it, and Loyette will pick it up. Over to Paget, and then Collinsville another turn. Geisen to Rauch to Reiniger, and that was almost a nice play. It would have been in bounds if it would have not been touched, but Collinsville keeping it alive here. Here's Zagorski off a double block, and that one's out of bounds. They let it go. Collinsville picks up a much-needed point, and more than that, they earned that point. That makes you feel better about yourself, all by itself. Rauch, he's ready to serve up another one. And it's picked up into the back, and now Paget moving it over, and that's out. Another point earned by Collinsville there on a ball hit too hard by McCory, and Collinsville's Joey Rauch will have his 3rd straight serve. Well, they're going to say that was, I must have missed something because I got to change my scoreboard. Now it's 14-7. Popped up. Geisen setting it up. And Reiniger off of a block up front. That is tipped out of bounds. Collinsville picks up a point. 14-8. Kahawks are starting to feel a little better about themselves here. Here is Adam Reiniger. Reiniger back to serve for the first time tonight. He does so. Nice spin on that ball. Picked up by Loyette, and then Paget tries to send it over on a backward shot, but Collinsville picked it up. Here's Zagorski, and that's out of bounds. A little bit too hard. Had the right idea, though. Loyette back to serve. Jared Conway makes his way back into the game for Belleville East, and Loyette brings it across. Picked up by Falby. Set up by Reiniger, and Reiniger to, that's a nice little job over there. Now another shot by Zagorski, double blocked, sends it back over, and then that one's going to go out of bounds, and Collinsville, they'll earn themselves another point. 15-9. Kahawks are hanging tough. We have a timeout on the court, so we'll step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of...
Never mind, that was not a timeout. I thought I saw everybody starting to head to the bench after I heard the whistle. It's 15-9. My bad. And that one is in. Rauch let it go, but it sneaks in right behind him. And 16-9 now in favor of Belleville East. There is Paget back to serve it up again. He does. That's a big, strong line drive shot, and it falls down right behind Davidson and right to the side of Rauch. And we've been victimized that by a couple of times tonight by just no movement toward the ball. Paget serves it up again. This one picked up by Rauch. Reiniger sends it forward. Sent across the line by Davidson. Belleville East picks it up. Paget once again sets it up. Oh boy, what a block there by Elijah Davidson. Davidson timed that one perfectly. That was beautiful. Collinsville hits double digits for the first time here tonight. Here's Carter Hollis. He'll go back to serve. 17-10. Hollis sends it across, picked up by Loyette. Paget sets it up on the far side for Hine, and it's picked up on this side by Reiniger. Geisen sets it up for Davidson. Across the way he goes, and now a setup into the middle of the court that goes into the net. Off the hands of Paget. Paget said, yeah, that's my fault. He apologizes to his teammates. Collinsville trails by 6. Another serve by Hollis. Picked up, and now Paget will set it up. He does so, and that's off some hands. They have to go get it. They do so. One more hit, and it gets across, and that one's going to go out of bounds as a little confusion ensued between Davidson and Hollis as both of them went to hit that ball at the same time, and that caused a missed hit that ended up just barely going out of bounds. 18-11 in favor of Belleville East. Serve picked up by Zagorski. Reiniger sets it up behind him, and a little tip over there by Geisen was all he could do with it. Now Paget sets it up again. Collinsville picks it up. Here is Reiniger. Brings it over here for Davidson. Davidson back into the backcourt. That's picked up by Werner. And now Belleville East, they have a hard time getting it across, and they do, but it's a net violation. Collinsville will pick up a point. Kahawks again get it to within 6. Luke Geisen back to serve. Across it goes. Loyette picks it up. Paget sets it up. And a little, excuse me, I'm just going to knock it over here on the sideline by Hine, and that worked because that caught Collinsville off guard. And now it's 19-12. Back to serve is Jared Conway here for Belleville East. That one almost barely cleared the net. Geisen tries to keep it alive, but he hit the top of the net with the ball and then couldn't do anything else with it. So the magical point of 20 is reached first by Belleville East. 5 points away from wrapping up a 2-set win. Conway sends it over out of bounds. Elijah Davidson back to serve. And Davidson gets it over. Here is Paget. Sets it up over here on the near side and right past Luke Geisen, who was there for the dig but couldn't get anything on it. Off of the kill there by William Hine. Hine came in third on his team with 8 kills coming into this game. Here is James Osborne. Back to serve for the Lancers, 21-13. Osborne, he delivers. Oh, rolled right up Rauch's arms and hit him in the chin and fell down to the floor. (22-13). Osborne ready for another serve. This one is picked up. Here is Geisen. Sets it up for Reiniger. Reiniger gets it across and a little bit of a miss hit, but it stays alive long enough for Belleville East to recover. Here is Rauch. He sets it up for Reiniger. Reiniger pushes it across, and it's now in the far side. Double block up there. Looks nice. Here is Paget. Gets it over on the other side again for Freppon, who hits it too hard. And out of bounds it goes. Luke Freppon, a junior, into the game for the first time. 22-14 in favor of the Lancers. And here is Joey Rauch, the libero for Collinsville, as Carter Hollis checks back into the game for Collinsville, taking the place of Jacob Zagorski. Here is Loyette to Paget. Over to Freppon. Freppon, miss hit there by Matthew Falby. And the Lancers 2 points away from a 2-set sweep here. And back to serve it up will be Freppon. And a Rotation violation by Collinsville. Nope, they're going to call it against Belleville East. Served by Reiniger. Picked up into the backcourt by Osborne. Now a little knuckleball curve, whatever you want to call that, from Warner. That was, wow. Match point for Belleville East. Back to serve, Cameron Loyette. And back into the game quickly is Jared Conway. Here's the serve, and it's picked up by Collinsville. Reiniger sets it up for Zagorski, but blocked out right onto the ground. And that is going to do it. Belleville East is going to perform the two-set sweep here tonight. 25-15, the second game after a 25-5 loss in the first matchup. That'll bring us into our post-game program, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road there in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the the Chiropractic Works postgame show here on the Kahok Sports Network as Collinsville falls here tonight to Belleville East in two sets, both the JV and the varsity. Joining us now is Collinsville's varsity head coach, Mike Nichols. First of all, thanks for being here, Coach. And second of all, nobody said there wasn't going to be growing pains, right?
Hey, that was a really good Belleville East team, and we just got a taste of what fast, good volleyball looks like. The
years prior to you taking over this program or starting this program, did you wander around the various different locations and watch the O'Fallons and the Edwardsvilles and the Lancers and all of these guys before you got a taste of this?
No, I played volleyball growing up, and then I got to see a little volleyball here and there. I knew it was going to be fast, and they played a really good game. They have a great setter. He's definitely playing college volleyball. He did a good job of disguising where he was going with the ball, and our blockers, we were just a step behind the whole game and gave their hitters a big opportunity to put a big shot down.
Yeah, you're talking about William Padgett. I was singing his praises during the game. I'm like, man, this kid's good. He sets it up. Looks like he's going to set it up in front, and then he ends up setting it up behind. I mean, that's kind of hard to counter. How do you – this is just something you guys are going to have to get used to?
Yeah, I mean, anything you want to get good at takes time and practice. And these games, yeah, they're rough and they don't feel great with the loss, but hopefully we learn something tonight and maybe we speed up a little bit in our next game.
You had a couple of the balls that were hit too long. Is that a thing that's maybe a little bit of nerves building up there or not getting up high enough to get the downward angle on the ball?
A little bit is we're going too early on our approaches, and we're getting underneath the ball and reaching back and hitting it as opposed to keeping the ball out in front of us and hitting the ball down. We know the problem. It's just sometimes hard to fix, like you said. Maybe it's some nerves, playing in front of a big crowd, playing against a good volleyball team that puts up a good block. We were just pressing a little too hard tonight.
Yeah, what about these serves, man? They look like they're coming in at like 90 miles an hour. You have like a split-second decision to figure out if you're going to go high or you're going to go low, and sometimes you get caught in between.
There was only 2 or 3 balls that I was really disappointed with the way we received. I thought as a whole they did a great job passing tonight, and yeah, you're right. They served a good game.
Yeah, and I also made sure I differentiated the point between an earned point and a point that was off of an error. Service errors, nets, serves into the net, things like that. When you guys got a couple of those points there, man, you earned a couple of those points, and those feel better, don't they?
That's what I told the guys. I'm like, look, you played 5 or 6 really good points tonight where you took them from them, and now we just got to piece those together more and more and put a whole game together.
All right, you got Maryville Christian tomorrow. We will not be there for that game as originally planned because we were doing this one, and then we're doing Tuesday against Edwardsville. So good luck Tuesday. We'll see you then.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Mike Nichols, your Collinsville Kahok varsity boys volleyball head coach. Their team falls tonight 25-5, 25-15 in the second game. JV falls 25-5 and 25-19 in their second game. So nothing for us tomorrow. We're back in action on Saturday. We have a doubleheader baseball game coming from Fletcher Field. Hold your breath. Fletcher Field, yep. We heard that it's going to be ready to go, and we plan on being there. Breeze Central comes to town for a doubleheader at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Myself and Ken Oberkfell plan on being there for that one, so that's what we have coming up for you next, and then we have a whole new slate of games coming up for you next week as well. So we couldn't do softball for you tonight because of the yucky weather that's going around these areas these days, and looks like we're going to get a little bit of a break tomorrow and Saturday, and then we'll be all right Sunday. It's supposed to be beautiful outside, and then it looks like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we have more yuckiness coming to town. So just got to stay tuned, man. This time of year you get all kinds of rainouts going along with these outdoor sports, so just hang with us, and we'll try to keep you up to date the best we can. Collinsville loses here tonight in 2 sets to Belleville East. Both JV and varsity did. And until Saturday morning from Fletcher Field at Woodland Park, my name is Todd Duke, and everybody have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.